Porn Stars and People Podcast. I'm Dan Frigolette. I'm here with Jackie Ohh. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
It's getting my life together. This is the hottest day in, I think, New York City
world.
history ever.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's one of the weirdest feelings there is to just walk outside and be in like 100% humidity.
Yeah, I feel like I'm choking. I do a lot of hot yoga, and it actually feels like the studio outside. Like I just haven't gone in the past 3 days because I will die.
You don't have to. Yeah, I don't even know. The hot yoga people are probably losing money, right? Because it's just
I wonder. I mean,
because people can just do regular yoga is hot yoga now.
Outside.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So yeah. So what's your like? Do you have a trick?
A trick?
To not die in this weather?
I stay hydrated.
Yeah.
You know, just like everybody else should.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we do. I think we walk around dehydrated most of the time. I think I definitely do that.
Yeah.
Especially like I'm in the car for comedy a bunch, so like I'll be like, if I drink a lot of water, I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna pee. I have to stop the car. I don't want to stop the car. So I think I just walk around dead inside.
No, I totally get that. I like to keep my, body hydrated, happy, healthy.
Yeah.
A lot of benefits to water.
It seems like the way to do it. Yeah, it seems like the thing to do. You just said water.
Water?
Yeah. So that it's sort of like it gives up your what's it called? Your regional background a little bit there. I won't say it on my own, but I think people can figure out where that's at.
Yeah, I don't know. People say that, but I feel like I sound the same as anyone else. No, I don't know.
We'll say water.
Water?
Yeah, water.
Oh,
you can hear that?
Jesus.
Yeah, it's water. Like the Philly accent, the Philly
God.
deep Jersey water.
Yeah.
The people who like are obsessed with Wawa. That's the accent. Do you love Wawa?
I'm a quick check bitch.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Oh, this is real and this is dumb, but this is a thing that actually matters to me because I started playing the South a ton, and I've been they call it banting in South Africa, but it's keto basically here. So like I just eat fats, but so the only thing I can eat at the like a quick check is like pork rinds.
Okay.
But in New York we don't have pork rinds.
No.
I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's because too many Jewish people and then too many Arab people. Right? Those are the people that don't eat pork, right?
Oh, I don't know. That makes sense though.
Yeah, but does quick check by you have pork rinds?
I don't know. I don't. I'm vegan, so I don't know anything about pork.
Yeah. Well, that'll do it. That'll do it. Okay, so this is the Porn Stars and People Podcast. Mm-hmm. Oddly enough, because I was trying really hard to stick to the script of what I'm calling it, this idea that we're not talking about porn, but in that I've never asked anybody why they got into porn.
Okay.
So what happened? Why are you? Why was this a thing that made sense to you?
Okay, so I feel like it was a long time coming just because I've been watching porn since I was like 9.
Okay, 9?
9 years old.
Okay,
yeah.
What's your first porn memory?
Lesbian porn? Yeah, super into that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so then I always kind of knew that I wanted to do it, but I had to wait for the right timing.
Yeah.
And
you
then,
can't do it at 9, as it turns out.
Correct, yeah. So last summer, me and my friends, we would just joke about it all the time. And then last summer, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, and then I called my mom one day. I was like, Mom, what do you think? She was like, I think you should do whatever you want.
No shit.
And I was like, say less. So then I flew out to Phoenix. I shot there for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then, and I just kind of stuck with it. I was like, wow. At first, I thought it was going to be like a one and done kind of thing, like just one porno.
Yeah.
That was it. But I just knew that I would love it. Like, I've always loved being in front of the camera. Like, I don't know. I was always kind of like this free spirit. And I don't know. It fits my personality.
Okay.
And it's something that I love to do.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, so I have that understanding with comedy, right? As soon as you do comedy, you're sort of like, oh, shit, this is like what I should have been doing. Yeah, this is like what I'm supposed to do the whole time. But I never got that answer from anybody in porn. That's great. That's cool. That's really cool. So what's I don't know. So then you're 1 year in.
No, not really. I became Jackie in January, so I feel like that. Yeah.
So 7 months.
Yeah.
So then, I don't even know. So then, what's like a short-term and a long-term goal in this thing, and how are you looking at like strategizing to achieve those things?
So I feel like for me, going in, I knew that I wasn't going to do it forever, but I knew that it was going to be a very significant part of my life, you know? So going in, I kind of figured that I would do it for about 3 years. Like, I'm not going to have kids and, you know, leave my husband to go fuck someone else, you know?
Right.
Like, that's fine if you want to do that, but that's not the way that I kind of want to, like, live.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just feel like doing this for like 2 to 3 years and then doing something entrepreneurial after that.
Yeah.
You know,
this is what I find super interesting about people in this industry. Let's look at like Mia Khalifa and some of these other people. Let's say Asa Akira. Like, these people are able to turn their celebrity, let's call it, their following, into something marketable in another field.
Right.
And there's something that's really kind of what drew me to doing this podcast, and especially since like porn stars are starting to steal stage time from comedians, which, no offense, but like it's hard enough to get on stage as a comedian, so like to be able to just take the stage, it just sort of clicked for me that like, oh, this is a group of people that has a lot of opportunities and possibilities, and I kind of want to know what the vibe is, but it's smart.
Yeah, I also feel like once you do porn, like, this is just me, I don't know if I could speak for everybody, but I feel like since I am doing porn, I feel like I can literally do anything.
Yeah, so I really do hope that the podcast helps. I don't know whether we're moving the needle at all, but the notion that we want to destigmatize like having done porn or being in porn, I think is super important. We live in like a really like uptight society still.
Yeah.
So people are like weird, and it's this vibe of like, oh, like that's gonna be out there forever.
No shit.
But it's like, I don't know. I think we're all engaged in some level of porn at this stage, right? Like, I think I got like 5 nudes sent to me this weekend. From different, you know what I mean? Like, that's out there. Like, and especially with the fappening that happened, it's like, at this point, that's part of the currency. And it's like that was the old thing, was like waiting around for like your favorite starlet to do like a sex scene in a movie. So she like, and that was like of such a value. So it's interesting. And then I don't know. And then in our lifetime, it hasn't changed anybody's career.
It doesn't. No. I mean, I just don't think it's as crazy as people think.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking to my mom about this morning. I was like, was I always like this, even as a kid? And she was like, you were running outside naked when you were like 4, and I just never really saw what the issue. I just don't really get the issue. You know, like.
It's
the wow factor, it just never really was there for me. Like,
it's a thing that we created, not a thing that is like innately part of humanity.
Yeah.
It's a thing we decided was like a line, which is silly. It is silly. So that's okay. Well, so then, I don't know. Do you have a list of things you think you won't do in porn?
Not really. No. I mean, we always, like, when we're on set, we have like do's and don'ts. I always have like some don'ts. Is that what you mean, or like?
Yeah. I mean, is there like a scene that you think would come up that you would say no to?
I don't think so. Like, I haven't been double penetrated yet, so I feel like I definitely want to do that. But there's not a lot of things that I wouldn't do.
No, that's cool. No,
yeah, I don't think so.
It's not a wrong answer.
I mean, like, when I'm on set, like when I'm like about to like shoot a porno, I'm like, I'll say a few things like, you know, don't spit in my face. But there's no like I'll do a gangbang, I'll do like, you know, all of that kind of stuff. But you know, there's certain things that I don't want to be.
Why spitting in the face a line?
Because I don't want somebody else to spit in my face. In my hole, sure. Not in my face.
It is weird the lines that we have, right? Like I don't know, like the last time I was having like great sex, like somebody just like well, not somebody, the girl I was with, like just licked my foot, and it was like a line for, it would have been a line for both of us, but for some reason in that moment it was perfect. You know what I mean? I don't know why, you know what I mean? So I've been in this situation before where like, I fucking really want to spit in this girl, but I don't know if it's the right move. Or like I've been next to like a bottle of water and I was like, I just want to dump this bottle of water, but I really don't know. And then you just go for it and hope you don't get hit in the process. But that's what I think is really great about porn, is that you do, for the most part, spell it all out. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't happen in the street. Like if I'm taking a girl in my room, I'm not like, yo, listen, let's sign a checklist. Let's sign a release. These are the things we're gonna do. That way, everybody makes sure that we're happy. Like, you go in there and you try to, like, feel it out, and then somebody's always trying to do their move on you, and it's always, like, a weird thing. I don't know.
Yeah, but camera sex is different, too, because you're also worried about, like, angles and making sure you're opening up to the camera, you know? There's just so many other things that you're thinking about, you know? It's kind of hard to be, like, in porn, it's hard to be, like, spontaneous, you know, because you have to think.
I've seen this recently, because now there's so many different types of porn, but, like... If it's not like a POV thing, you're not supposed to look in the camera, right?
No.
Like, it's weird, right? Like I was, you know, now I'm in this place where anybody that I interview, I can't, like, they're not in my thing. I can't, like, because now I've met them, so that's weird. And so my relationship with the porn is like jerking off to strangers for some reason. I don't know why that is. That's something wrong with me. But so now I'm, like, literally just like, now my porn tastes have, like, moved to like Europe, where, like, I'm never gonna meet these people.
Really?
Yeah. So, but I like keep seeing weirder and weirder stuff. But one of the ones I saw recently was, like, the girl's supposed to be in the scene with a guy, and she keeps, like, trying to, like, fuck with the camera. She's like having more fun with either the camera or the cameraman.
Well, I feel like that's part of the fantasy, too. You know, if I was a guy jerking off and I saw, like, a POV and the porn star was looking, like, at, you know, POV, I feel like that's so intimate.
POV,
you
yes, know? and solo stuff, yes, but not when the scene is supposed to be, it's like, bitch, get in the scene. Don't look at the camera. What are you doing?
Yeah. No, that's way different. Way different.
It was just weird. It just felt like, I feel like she's gonna. I was like, I was worried about her job security, and the thing I was like, yo, I think this girl's gonna get fired. This is not what the scene. Because I was like, I was an extra. I was an extra on Boardwalk Empire and some other bullshit. And you're not supposed to look in the camera. Like, if you look in the camera, they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, are you okay? What's wrong with you? It's the only rule. Don't look in the camera. So then it really caught it for me. Was this girl was just, like, looking in the camera, but she's, like, getting railed from here, and I was like, what? Why?
That's interesting.
Right? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's definitely.
You gonna, like, have a pep talk with her?
Yeah.
So since I haven't asked any of the porn questions, you're getting all of my porn questions now on the new regime of this podcast. How long is a scene usually? Like, I know, you know, it's like, even if you film it for like an hour or like an hour comes out, what is the day?
I mean, it depends. I've been on set for 2 hours. I've been on set for 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the time I find that it comes down to the male talent. If he can't stay hard, if he can't come, if he came too early, you know, there's so many factors. Yeah. But me, I just sit there and look pretty and take it, you know. But, like, if their dick's not working or it's, you know, I mean, they face way more issues than females do. But it really depends on them. If they can't stay hard, then you're just, I'll be sitting there for 2 hours sometimes.
2 hours just to get it back?
Yeah.
Just to get fluffed up?
I mean, it's, you know, not my problem. Yeah. Take something. Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like there's so many, like, things. You know, I've been on set where a guy, like, put, like, a needle in his dick to keep it hard. And I was like, what the hell?
What was it? What did he inject into his dick?
Oh, I don't know what it was. Some kind of, like, super Viagra.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Super V. That's cool.
Effective, though.
It worked.
Yeah, he had a hard on for, like, 10 hours.
And then he couldn't get it, and then he couldn't send it away.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really does depend, but an ideal day is, like, 4 hours. I feel like everything can get done in 4 hours.
Sure. Okay, so this is the thing. What's the weirdest non-filmed sex situation you've been in?
In my personal life, I don't really like sleep with that many like
no,
other
but you're
people.
you know, you're having sex, so things are happening.
Okay. I feel like the first time.
Oh, you're worried you're gonna offend the person.
No, I'm not gonna say names, but like the first time someone spit in my mouth.
Yeah, you fucking hate this so much. This is so funny.
Yeah.
So how did you handle it?
I kind of just took it.
And you were like, okay, he seems to like this.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite things is the post-sex checklist. Like, rock with the weird shit, and then at the end go, hey, just so you know, I really don't like it when you scratch up my whole body. Yeah. Right? But, like, don't fuck it up in the thing. Like, if you can, like, pull it...
In the moment?
If you can stop it, if you can, like, pull it away, right? If you can, like, take the nails out of your body, or you take the thumb out of your butt, whatever the thing is, right? But don't like fuck up the flow.
In the moment, it's just like really hard, you know, because I feel like sex could move quick or it could move slow, you know. Yeah. But yeah. I feel like other than that, I haven't really had any like super crazy experiences. Sometimes when in porn, if they like really love eye contact, that's like weird for me.
The
like
actor.
in porn, yeah.
Okay.
If they like look at me deep in the eyes.
I call him an actor. Yeah. The male talent.
Yeah. Like you can't
you don't
stare
want to be
at
looked
me
at.
deep in the eyes.
Why?
No, hell no.
Do you want that in your personal life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's super intimate.
Yeah.
You know, like there's like that huge like, I don't know.
But
like,
isn't the whole thing trying to fake that moment?
You don't really have to though.
All right.
You know, if it's like, you know, if you're trying to make a porno that's like super passionate, that's different. You know. But if it's just kind of like, you know, college girl gets railed, don't look at me in the eyes.
Yeah. Is that a real caption?
I'm sure somewhere.
College girl gets railed.
Railed.
What are you? I'm not gonna ask you your age, but what do you like get in the comments now? What are they listing you as? What's your typecast at this point?
See, this is weird because I've had people think that I was 29. I'm 22. But
You're 22?
I'm 22 years old, yeah.
So, height, for some reason, is a thing. Height projects age. And you're what? You're 5'10"?
I'm 5'10", yeah. Yeah, I don't really get that. I don't know. I do have an older face. I feel like I was like the 16-year-old going in the liquor stores, you know, out of all my friends.
Yeah.
So I always kind of looked older, but I don't know. People have called me a MILF before, but like I don't.
But the fun thing about that is, and I'm not gonna say that we're the same, right? I'm not gonna go that far. But I always had the look a little bit older when I was younger, which was nice when you're younger. You just want to be an adult, and then I held on. I'm much older than 22 now, and I'm not saying I look 22, but you kind of hold, like, I feel like you're going to hold in, if people think you're 29, you're going to hold there for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, you're just going to be 29 until you're like 40.
So wait, is this just like your
This is my
opinion?
Yeah, this is not, there's no medical facts here.
I thought you were going to pull out some scientific research.
No.
I was like, all right, bet.
Listen, Dr. Bill Nye told me. No, I'm just saying from my own experience, I think you're going to, looking older, younger is better than the opposite.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Definitely. I'm definitely not mad about it, but I'm also not a MILF. I will be in due time.
Due time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that people get mad about is when they get labeled a MILF too early. They're like, whoa, what the fuck did you just say to me?
It's really weird.
Yeah. And I feel like it's weird. It's weird that like is even not that it shouldn't be a thing, but that stupid word from, like, what was it? It was from the American Pie.
Oh,
like,
is that
movies.
where it came from?
Yeah, basically. Like, that's where it got like really popularized. That was the thing. It was the lady next door. Because it was like the Mrs. It was before that. It was just like this. It was called like the Mrs. Robinson. Because of the Dustin Hoffman thing. I can't think of the name of the movie right now, but you know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's like MILF, and there's, you know, girl next door. It's just kind of like, I don't know, the porn industry's crazy. Like, I don't know.
So in acting, it's always like, well, what can you play? And they're like, well, 25 to 30. Do they do the same thing in porn?
No.
They don't even tell you, like, do they tell you what they think the scene's supposed to be?
Yeah.
They're like, look, you're the stepsister.
Yeah.
You know that before.
I've done that before.
Yeah, that's like the big one now. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I do know why, but I don't know why.
Stepsister, stepmom. Yeah, it's interesting. This whole incest thing is super big. You know, this taboo.
Well, this is my contention. Better to jerk off to it than to fuck your mom.
Yeah, but where did it come from? Like,
it's you're not supposed to fuck your mom. So that's it. So it's like you can't fuck your mom, so now you got to do it on the computer. So I mean, that's kind of the same vibe that I have with porn, where I'll try to find somebody who looks like if I can't like make a relationship work with somebody, but I still love them and I love fucking them, but I know the relationship's gonna end. I'll find their porn star doppelganger, so that I can fuck them forever.
Wow.
Yes. So then I go, okay, you can go back now and find someone who you will work with, and I'm just gonna fuck you on the computer forever.
That's super interesting. I've never thought about that before.
It's fun too, because this is also what I found out about dudes. As a dude, they don't even really have to look like my ex. I literally, like, they can just have like the same boob line, like it could just be the same curve from shoulder to tit, and then I'm like, no, that's her. That's Nicole now. Right? So I have like all of my exes. I'm just like, so if I get sad, I take it to the computer and I go find my ex.
That's hysterical.
And it sucks because it's like, I'm old, I'm getting older. And so now the people that are my age are out of the business. So I can't even, I got to find like classics from when I used to jerk off to these scenes.
That's so crazy. I've never thought about that before.
Yeah.
But I guess that's
I don't think it
the
works
whole
for
part.
girls.
Nah.
I don't think that's how.
No.
What's your relationship with porn? What porn now that you're in? What porn do you watch?
Lesbian.
You still watch lesbian porn?
Yeah, I love lesbian.
What's the scene you go for?
Oh, that's
And
a
are
hard
you
question.
and is it the same to watch the scene than to shoot the scene?
Oh no, it's totally different. Totally different.
So you're still turned on by a scene that you shoot it's not as fun to shoot it, but it's fun to watch it.
Like watching my own porn's still cool, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It really depends on my mood, you know. If I'm like looking for something like passionate, if I'm like looking to get like railed, you know,
Yeah.
I'll go for like BBC.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
It really does depend. But it's funny though because before I worked with Jack Slayer, I jerked off to him, I say.
Yeah.
When I was like 18 years old and when I saw him.
It beat her meat, which I thought was the craziest.
Strum the guitar, isn't that what they say?
That's Cardi's thing, right?
It's honestly so vulgar.
It is.
It's funny though. Yeah, no, so when I finally filmed with Jax, I was like, I have been masturbating to you for 4 years.
You said that to his face?
Yeah.
And how did he handle that?
He thought it was great. He thought it was great.
That's funny. That doesn't work in any other field. Like you tell a comedian you've been watching them for years, they're just like, okay, creep. It's like
weird.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why that was okay. Probably because he's about to fuck you anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Very
That's
true.
Funny. So but it didn't ruin the allure.
No.
So once you fuck somebody in porn, you're okay masturbating to them still.
Hell yeah.
Interesting. I have the exact opposite. Not that I'm fucking the people, but like even interviewing the people.
Because I think it's the opposite.
Yeah, well, because for me, I really do think that and I didn't realize this until I started doing the podcast. I really think I'm putting my own shit in the character on the screen.
Okay.
So now, if I know the person, I can't vacate the reality of their personality. And so it's just different. And it's not that I don't want to fuck them, and it's not that their personality isn't sexy. It's that that's not what I'm there for.
Right.
No,
You know that makes sense. That totally makes sense.
No, you know what? I guess I'm gonna add an amendment because there's some people that I've met that I'm like, oh, I just want to go check her out right now. So that's a lot.
I really like that whole doppelganger thing, though.
No, that's a doppelganger game. I used to try to talk about it on stage, and crowds do not appreciate it.
Really, that's interesting. I have never thought about that before. Yeah. I'm sure it's a lot more popular than we think.
I think a lot of people are fooling themselves, right? So like you meet a guy and he'll be like, "Yo, I used to date a girl look just like Nicolette Shea," and then you go look up his ex-girlfriend. You're like, "Bro, come on, man. What are we talking? I mean,
in what world?
What are we talking about?" And I appreciate what you're saying, but keep that shit at home.
Yeah.
Don't bring it to me and then have me have to fucking fact check it because it's not gonna go
and then
good.
we're all uncomfortable because we know.
Like I have an ex that for sure didn't look anything like Rachel Rocks, but when I miss her, I go jerk off to Rachel Rocks. And it's her. I was in my mind, even the memories. I plugged Rachel Rocks into the memories.
Really?
I'm like, remember the time we went to the MoMA Rachel Rocks? You know, it's weird, but it works. It works.
For me. It sounds like it works.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Wow, that's great.
This is the first time my dog has almost been on the podcast. She just got her little bark in there.
Yeah, she did.
How do you feel about animals?
I love animals.
Do you have any of your own?
Okay, so I have a cat.
Okay.
Yeah. She's so sweet, but she's not exactly mine. Like I've been babysitting her for like a month and a half, and I like have such this attachment to her that I'm ready to like block the girl's number and move to Texas.
Who's the girl?
Like, I have no idea. This girl that I used to live with, and I adore her. I love her to death, but I love this cat way more.
Why are you babysitting for a month? That's a long time.
Because she is with her boyfriend, and the boyfriend has like 2 big dogs, and like they're waiting to move. You know, she's just in like a transition period.
Tell her you'll take it.
I want to.
Just frame up the right kind of text. That's like,
you know
look,
what?
I've been thinking about this. I just really want to take it off of your plate. I just really think that it would be better for everybody if I just took the cat and then you just, what's the cat's name?
Honey,
and then you just give her like visitation rights.
Right.
Where's she moving to?
Or I have no idea. It's somewhere in New Jersey.
Okay, so
but
not far.
I'm thinking that I feel like we can put the cat in the middle of the room, and we'll be on opposite sides.
It's not gonna work. It's
and
not
see
gonna
where she
work.
goes
It's not gonna work. You're gonna fucking
not?
hide treats in your pocket. It's not gonna go good. Don't do that.
I feel like that's a good way
It's
to
a fucked up way to do it. Why don't you just agree as human beings? That's way better than to make the cat fucking ruin your friendship. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, do what you want. If you're gonna do that, at least film it. But
yeah.
and put it on the internet. But yeah, no, I don't think that's the way to do it.
All right.
I've been very diplomatic lately. Probably when I was 22, I would have just done that shit. Like, fuck you. She doesn't even like you.
I'm thinking. That's why I'm saying, like.
No.
I just have such this attachment to the cat.
Yeah, so working out
animals
diplomatically.
are fucking great.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out cat language. That's where I'm at. I'm still afraid of cats. That's where I'm at in my life.
Really?
I've never had a cat around me. I tend to. I'm semi-allergic to cats. I just don't know. I was afraid of dogs. And now I'm obsessed with dogs. But like for a while, I didn't understand dog language. I thought if a dog was running at me, I'm gonna be eaten, and that's the end of my life. And now I know that's not the case. I can tell the difference, right? But I don't know. When I'm looking at a cat, I'm like, I think he's just planning to kill me when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, you know what? They can be sus.
They sus?
Sus.
What's sus?
Suspect.
Suspect.
Yeah, like
no, never heard this
suspicious.
before. Holy
You've
shit.
You've never heard sus before?
No, I told you. The age gap between us is astonishing.
That's crazy. I'm surprised.
Sus.
Yeah, no,
well, I have it now.
Sus. Like,
That's
low-key
funny.
don't know their next move.
Yeah, you don't or they don't.
We don't know their next move.
Yeah, they know.
I mean, when you're afraid of them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was afraid of cats, to me, their next move would be in my eyeballs. But,
right.
like, I know better.
I had my cousin used to have a cat, and I'd go crash with him, and he'd be like, everything's cool, good night, I'm going to shut off the lights. Just so you know, if you hang anything off the edge of the couch, cat's going to attack it. Good night, shut off the light. And I'm like, motherfucker! And so now I'm just like in a ball, like nothing, like not sleeping. The cat would jump up on my face. It's freaking out.
Yeah, sometimes.
I passed my cat fear onto my dog, actually. So every time a cat's around my dog, she's just like,
wow, that's interesting.
Let me not look at it directly. And she's just like, chill. And then she got fucked up. Like these two cats in Nashville fucked her up. Not like bad, but like traumatized.
Really?
There's one cat that would just like decide to escalate it for no reason. So there'd be like one cat like on a standoff with Tess trying to get to her food, and then the other cat was like, nah, fuck this, and like came and just like literally would run in and go whap 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 on her ass, and Tess didn't know where to go, and so she's had like three like cat nails broken off in her ass.
Oh baby, I feel like that's enough for me to not like that.
Yeah, I didn't know they come off. They like come off in like there's like a shell on it on a cat nail.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they just come off in your butt if they scratch your butt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the wrong position and
yeah,
it's stuck up there.
Any weird, not inside the butt. Any weird animal sex problems that have happened?
No.
Like there's always this like weird moment when you're hooking up with somebody and they have an animal and you don't really know what to do. So like, do you close all the doors? Do you send the animal away? Do you check under the bed, make sure there's no cat? Like,
I feel like for me it's not that big of a deal if an animal's in the room, but like I know some people that get really weirded out by animals like watching them have sex.
Yeah, I'm chill that Tess watches because I know she's not gonna try to join in really. But I was.
Oh, that's the fear?
I was in a situation. I've been in multiple where the dogs either are trying to attack and cock block, or they want to be involved in the madness.
Oh my God, that's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never experienced that.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, both stories are crazy. Crazy.
So what happens when they try to jump in?
So one time I got my dick bit. So not cool. And
Wow.
then the owner lady was like didn't even really admit that it happened because she just didn't. She was just like in denial. And I was like, look, man, like.
It happened.
Yeah, here's the 2 bites on my dick head of your dog. No, it's not. I just know. And so that actually was the end of the relationship because of that, because of her reaction to my dick getting bit. It could have been fine, like it was whatever. I wasn't like ultimately too injured, but like it could have been fine
the
if
way
she just
handled
it right.
Yeah, that's kind of weird that she would deny it.
Yo, go grab ice and be like, first of all, like the level of difference between vagina blood and dick blood. Like the severity, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's
like
different.
women would be chill if there's blood involved, because you're used to it. But if dudes see dick blood, we're like ready to pass out.
Yeah, because that's not supposed to happen.
It's not supposed to happen at all.
It's not. Yeah,
so
no.
any dick blood situation.
It was right on the head.
I didn't. There was no dick blood, but like just the idea.
Yeah, the
is
idea
traumatizing.
that makes me squirm.
Yeah.
That's really strange. I don't think I've ever seen a dick bleed.
I know. I wish. Yeah, I've never seen it either. I really wish that I had the wherewithal to take a picture of my dick bite.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's not gonna happen again.
Yeah, I'm gonna be thinking about this the next time I have sex with a dog in the room.
Yeah.
Or a cat.
Well, so it was like a jealousy thing. So like the dog so he was freaking out because Tess was at the house, and so now I got his bitch, and Tess is trying to take his bed. So now we're just taking over the house, and this dude is like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Oh my god!
Right? And then the chemistry with the lady wasn't great. So we finished, and I didn't finish, and I was like, "We're cool. Don't worry about it. Like everything's fine." And then and so she like I can't remember if she brings the dog in the bed or I bring the dog in the bed, but now the dog's walking around the bed, and he like walks by me. Yeah, we're talking about dogs. Well, he like walks by me. And he's like, you ever seen a dog whistle?
I don't think
He was
so.
pretending like everything. So he's like, and he just walks by me. And then as soon as he gets like eye level with my dick, he just goes, rah! And he just bites me on the dick. And then he didn't hold on for very long, but it felt like a long time. Do you know what I mean?
Was it weird after that?
All of it was weird. Luckily, I was wearing a condom, so the condom actually like protected a lot of my dick.
That is, I've
this
never
is like
heard
the most
somebody say,
yeah.
luckily I was wearing a condom
Luckily,
before.
I was wearing a condom.
Thank God I was
You've
wearing
never
a
heard
condom.
anybody say, luckily I was wearing a condom?
No, not really.
That's the only time you say luckily involving
somebody-
a condom. If
it
something
was-
terrible happens, right? Like, nobody says, luckily I wasn't wearing a condom. That's never been a thing. You go, luckily I was wearing a condom, so when her vagina exploded, I was covered. Luckily I was wearing a condom, so when she shit on me, I was covered. Luckily I was wearing a condom, so when I found out 4 days later she had 8. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess that those conversations happen between like guys though.
maybe, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I guess so. Luckily, he was wearing a condom because his cum was brown. Do you know, like, whatever
God.
it was.
Oh man.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Traumatizing.
anti-condom. So.
Yeah, I mean that's you picked the right industry. That's honestly like that's what
Yeah.
that's like the biggest upside of the thing. And this was the thing that I realized early is that the level of knowledge of people in your industry about their health is way higher than fucking street people.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
It's like, you know, there's a liability to like bang a street person because it's like they're just gonna lie about when they got tested last.
Right, but I don't know anybody outside of the industry that gets tested regularly.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Right.
Crazy.
Right.
How do you know?
Right.
You know?
Right. I got a buddy. I don't know why this. I don't think he's ever used a condom. Like it's like, and it's not even like it's the amount of sex he's having is so limited anyway.
Mm-hmm.
He's a nice, like, relationshipy guy, but like when he first meets somebody and goes straight to no condom is like I go 2 to 3 rounds condom, and then if they've made it to the 5th day.
Yeah.
Then I'm assume. No,
That's
I'll have to talk,
interesting.
and then we go non-condom. But like to go non-condom straight up is one of the scariest things I've ever heard of.
That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like even before porn, I don't know. I didn't lose my virginity until I was like 18. So it was kind of like 18 to 19, I used a condom. And then after that, it was like, for what, you know? Because I was having sex with the same guy for like 3 years.
Yeah.
I still am, really.
Same guy? You've been the same guy since you were 18?
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Basically, yeah.
I don't
My
understand.
best friend.
Okay, why is it kind of basically?
Because he's like my best friend.
So how is it not complicated?
Because we don't make it complicated.
I need more information. Yo, so many people over here are jealous, fucking up their relationships, doing all the things wrong, and getting possessive. How are you able to be friends, fuck, do the industry, and all these things and still be chill?
God, I don't really know, but I do it. I make it work. I don't know. I feel like for me, I don't know, off-camera sex is so different that it's just, it doesn't like matter, you know? I don't know. And he's just kind of like open-minded. I'm open-minded. Sometimes it weirds him out.
But you're not. But you're not even in. But you're not even in like what's it called? You're not even in like a polyamorous relationship. You're not in an open relationship. You're just
not really.
Fuck
We're just
buds.
like yeah. But he doesn't have sex with anybody else.
Why?
He's too busy.
He's too busy to have sex with other people.
Yeah.
You're that available to him.
Ah, fuck, when you say it like that.
That's really what it comes down to, right? It's like if the monogamy part is not as important,
right?
Then it's just like a convenience thing.
Yeah, but we do love each other.
Sure,
you know?
There's that.
Like we were like best friends, but we lived together for some time too.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like deeper than, you know, sex or like, yeah, and it's just like so deep that it's like.
Is he?
I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Is he older than you?
No, he's my age.
No shit.
We went to high school together.
No shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough. Shout out to this guy. He's
right?
He's got his shit. He's got his shit together. It is hard out here, and it's harder and harder. Like now with the whole vibe of like, oh, I can just swipe my way to some ass tonight. It's like it's made dating impossible and then sexual relations impossible, and everything's sped up too because of that. So it's like I'm finding that in my social life that I'm 2 weeks. It used to be months, but now I'm 2 weeks from like somebody going like, okay, so what are we?
Really?
It's weird. Because it's like, if we're not a thing and we're not locking it down, then I'm going to go swipe on somebody. Dude, you just swiped on me yesterday. Like now we're already trying to have the conversation. It's just a weird...
Yeah, it really does speed things up. It's a very weird concept. I've never been one to use a dating app, so I don't really know much about it. But it does seem like it's really a huge game changer for like, I don't know, just... I don't know.
Also makes like,
it's weird.
It makes like pre-qualifying people a thing, which means you can actually like date based on anything. You can just go, I want to fuck an Asian tonight. And then you can just only swipe on Asian. It's a white person now. It's a black person now. It's an Asian person. Yes. So it's taken away all of the natural Darwinism of dating.
Right. And I feel like for me, like presentation is really big, and you don't see that on dating apps. You know,
but
like
it's best foot forward all the time.
Yeah. It's just not. I don't know. I feel like it's just not as great as people make it seem to be. I don't know. Maybe
I'm not claiming it's good.
Yeah.
I've just started removing categories of people that I'll sleep with. So it's like I won't fuck any comedians. I won't fuck people from the podcast. I won't fuck people that saw me on stage. So it's like my opportunities are getting less and less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so now I got to be out in the world where I don't go out. So now I got to be out in the world, meet somebody, and then figure out. It's like, you know what I mean? So it's like having the thing is nice. Because also it's like some people on there are so intense that they're like, oh, you put your show on there, or you just trying to promote yourself. And it's like, yeah, because it's another outlet, right? It's like another outlet to meet people. Because sometimes I'll swipe on somebody, and then 4 years later, we had exchanged phone numbers, and then we like end up linking up.
That's interesting.
That's called long game right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your virginity loss like?
Oh, it was my 3rd day of college.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And but you already knew each other. Oh no, this is a different guy.
Oh no, this is a different.
Oh, different guy. Okay. 3rd day of college. So you waited 2 days.
Yeah. It was my 3rd day of college. It's funny because that same day I met my best friend. We're best friends this day. Yeah, crazy. Oh no, not that guy.
Different guy.
My best girlfriend. Yes. So yeah, I was outside of a frat house.
And just some random frat dude?
He wasn't in the frat. He was older. I think he was
just frat adjacent?
Yeah, he was like trying to be in it. He was like 23. I was 18. Yeah, and he had like this really nice apartment. And then after that, it was just like, yeah. And then we had sex for like a year after that.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
It was definitely worth it.
It's so weird. You're very monogamous and in porn. It's like a weird combo.
It kind of is, yeah.
And I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because it definitely does. There's like so many people in this business that are like married.
Yeah.
And they're figuring it out. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about, I don't know. this is something nobody's really said, is the fact that you, like, not that on-camera sex is the same as off-camera sex, but you're scratching an itch.
I'll say.
Right? So it's like, so you're not enjoying on-camera sex, right?
Oh, it's definitely enjoyable, but for different reasons. I enjoy on-camera sex because I like being in front of the camera and I like experiencing new dick, but off-camera...
I like that expression, experiencing new dick.
Yeah.
Well, because that's really what it is for guys, is like we
Right.
do the statistical thing.
What's that?
Well, there's a couple things that are happening. Number one, like we kind of always want to fuck more newer and more people. But then the other thing with dudes, and that's a generalization, right? But I'm not wrong. And then the other thing is, because men get turned down so often, we start making like stat sheets, and like it comes off wrong because we're like, oh, blah blah blah, like how many Asians, how many whatever. But it's more like we have to figure out like who will fuck us and how we did it.
Who will fuck us?
So like we have to, because we're getting turned down. Like women don't get turned down at the rate that men are getting turned down at. Do you know there's always statistics of like since you've been listening to this podcast, 11 people have died. Since you've been listening to the podcast, thousands of men have been turned down for sex. Thousands.
Yeah.
In thousands of ways. So we just have to like figure out how to stop getting turned down.
I don't know. I feel like in that sense, women are always, they always make the final decision when it comes to sleeping with
You
people.
always know when you're going to have sex, yeah.
Yeah. Like if
Men
I want
never
to,
know.
I
We
can.
never know. We have no idea. We're going to try. We think we know, but we don't know.
That's interesting. That does make sense, yeah.
So the virginity loss for me wasn't we. I've always thought that I was I had friends that were like, oh, I need to like practice on girls so that when I like meet a girl, I can like be good. And I never had that thought. It doesn't seem like you had that thought. Was losing your virginity any different than anything else, other than that the rite of passage of the moment?
For me, it was like, wow, that's what that feels like.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I remember I had a soda can in between my legs for 3 days, and I watched 50 Shades of Grey. Like, it was just like a normal, like, I don't know. It wasn't like crazy. Like,
Wait, what's the soda can thing?
Oh, I was so sore.
Oh, this was you icing. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it was like terrible. I like couldn't walk. I think I skipped like my first week of class.
This guy sounds great.
Mediocre at best. I
No
mean,
shit.
now that I've gone through how many dicks?
I don't know how many. Do you keep track? Like, do you have like a fucking spreadsheet?
I have an estimate. I'm at like 40.
Okay.
40,
All right.
40 like in porn, but my personal life is like maybe 12.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
At 22, those are good stats. You know what I
You
mean?
think
Like those
so?
are LeBron numbers. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was so happy with my numbers for a long time. Like, because I had the face of a guy who had high numbers, and I had low numbers, and it was like in my favor.
That's interesting.
Because I'd be so ready to like tell people, and then I hit the number that I thought was like an achievement, and then I was like, I can't tell anybody anymore.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter
yeah.
to me at all. But there's still people where
But when
it
is the
matters,
last time
and it
somebody
changes.
asked you?
I think somebody tried to bring it up recently, and I made it clear. I've just gotten very good in my personal life of being like, no, this is what I stand for, and these are the things that are important to me. So anything outside of that, I'm not. It's not part of the discussion. So how many people I've been with is not part of the discussion. I don't want to know yours because it's like. I had that moment too for a while where I was like, I don't want to know yours because anything that you say to me, I'm going to twist in some other way. It's either going to be too low, I'm going to be like, oh, this isn't going to work out because my numbers are too high and yours are too low, or it's going to be too high and be like, how did you even have time? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. There's no, so it doesn't, whichever information I get, I'm going to do the wrong, I'm going to do evil with it.
Okay, but do you think that if a girl's number was low, do you think that she would like not be good in bed? Like, what would you think?
It's not about her not being good in bed. Like, I had a girl who was asking me at 27 to take her virginity.
Wow.
And I was like, this is too important and I'm not worthy. And so, absolutely not.
That sounds like a responsibility.
Yes. Yes, and it was like she was, her life was also like about religion and stuff. So like that's why she was at that stage in her life. But yeah, so that's and if somebody's at 3, this is gonna matter way more. Okay. And if I don't know what the bounds of because I don't, as a guy, whatever, I don't. If I meet somebody and even if I know it's not gonna work out, there's no downside to me still seeing the thing through.
Right.
But if it's going to go bad, and I can see it's going to go bad, and this number is under 10, and now it's going to matter, that's way more significant.
Yeah, she might be hitting your line.
It's just I don't want to hurt somebody in that way.
Right. That makes sense.
I'm okay if it doesn't work out. Like I know that I'm going to make it through, and I'm not saying that I'm so great that somebody's not going to make it through, but like some people view relationships in a much different way, and it's like
some people's sex is just. It's an intimate thing. I mean, it is an intimate thing, but you gotta have like, if you're in the industry, you gotta have like that switch,
Yeah.
And people who just can't even grasp, the concept of people having that switch.
It's weird because I have that switch as just a street guy. Because like if I'm really in a relationship that's like very significant, that's a way different sexual experience than. Like, oh, this is like a 2-month relationship. That's probably going to be a 2-month relationship. But I don't have to really turn it on and off. But it is interesting that you have that moment.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Interesting. What else? Okay, so then is anything you said? So nothing that weird other than spitting in your mouth. I don't. But you open your mouth, so that's on you a little bit.
Yeah, kind
Do you still think about it?
I do
sometimes.
Crazy. Yeah.
So what's the weirdest things happen in porn on camera?
I feel like nothing like too crazy, just because a lot of the times it's talked about before.
Right.
Like I said, you can't be too spontaneous. But I don't know. Nothing like super weird. I mean, I don't know.
That's not fair. You gotta have you gotta have something happen.
I gotta think.
No, I'm not saying that it's already happened, but now just from a probability standpoint, something's gonna happen. Weird.
No, that does make sense. That does make sense. I mean, I've had like a dick go soft when it was inside of me, but I don't think that's that crazy.
That's not that weird.
Yeah, it's really not.
It happens. It happens to the best of us. Okay. Something can happen. You could just especially when like it's a long sesh. Now you're thinking about something else. Or like you don't like the way they like you went left and they went right, and you're like, you know what? I don't know if like this might be the last sex of our relationship. So
yeah, and I feel like that's why we try to like build some chemistry, like before we have sex.
Right, but that's what I mean. That's why I think it's weird that you're trying to avoid that. Like, dude's trying to look in your eyes so he can stay hard, and you're like, nah, son, what are you doing?
I don't love you.
Stop being weird. Get out of my eyes.
Please.
That's
oh my
really
God,
funny.
I can't. I really can't stand eye contact with someone.
It's like a job interview. You got to fake it. Just fake it.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like that's different for me.
That's so funny.
Different.
It's really funny.
It does make sense though.
Get in the moment. You gotta be what's it called? You gotta be method.
What's that?
In method acting, you completely inhabit the character.
Oh, okay.
Like, and for a period of time. So one of my favorite stories is like, because Daniel Day-Lewis is like Abe Lincoln, and then he's Abe Lincoln on set the whole time, and even off set. So he was like texting with Sally Field, who was Abe Lincoln's wife. I can't think of what her name is right now. But I just love this story. It was like on Conan, because in my head, I just know that like. Sally Field basically got to text actual Abe Lincoln. Like, that's fantastic. But you gotta show up to set as like, what was what he said? Sorority bitch gets railed. You gotta show up. You gotta show up as sorority bitch who's getting railed.
Okay, no, I get that. Like when I was playing stepmom, like one of the scenes that I did was like, I pay rent by fucking my stepmom, something like that.
Right.
And like I had to like snap out of me laughing, because I was laughing so much, because that was my way of dealing with, theoretically fucking my stepson.
Right.
But I feel like that's where the acting does come in a porno. I took like an acting class in college. I feel like that's was the greatest class I ever took in college.
I like this idea that you could that you completely against this acting teacher's will would shout out the acting teacher like at the end of a scene. You like that? What's the acting teacher's name?
Fuck, I can't remember.
Let's call him Mr. McGillicuddy because it's hilarious. So at the end of the scene, just like, I just want to thank Mr. McGillicuddy for all of the tips that he gave me, and you just wipe and come off.
Yeah.
There's just nobody who put me at the level of this guy.
I wonder if there are like any like teachers.
If there are porn acting coaches out there, hit us up.
Oh yeah.
I'll connect you with Jackie, and we'll get some lessons.
We'll get it popping.
And actually, I'll just fucking interview because this is incredible. But yeah, all right. So we're at like the peak mark here. Let's punch you up. Let's talk about how to find you on the internet.
Okay.
Let's talk about how to pay for your porn. It's important to the industry. If you like a particular performer, pay for their porn. It's how they stay in the business. It's how they make money. If you got some stuff for free off of a tube site, there's no money going to this person. There's no residuals.
Sometimes there are.
Let's, for the sake of this,
right,
for the pay for your porn discussion, pay for your porn. If you didn't pay, the point is if you didn't pay for it, there's no money. There's no money.
Right.
The person's not getting it.
Okay, so I am on Twitter, Jackie Ohh 7. I have a ManyVids account. If you go to my website, fuckingjackie.com, everything's on there. My OnlyFans, ManyVids, Pornhub, all of it's there. So that's where you can pay for my porn.
Yeah, cool. This is the Porn Stars and People podcast. We're sponsored by Spunk Lube. Fantastic product. Jackie said it off cast, unprompted. It's a wonderful product. They gave me the lifetime supply here. I gotta get my social life going to use all four of these things. We're also rebroadcast by the Demon Seed Radio Network. So check us out there. We're on iTunes. We're on Google Play. Wherever you get your podcasts, we're on the thing. If you switch platforms, we're on the other thing. We got some video today on YouTube from the episode, so check us out there. Thank you again to my guest Jackie Ohh. Check out her website. Fucking Jackie.
Fuckingjackie.com.
And thank you again for listening. And we drop a new episode every Sunday.
Sweet.